Good morning, good afternoon and good evening, whatever time you are watching and or listening to this. Welcome back to another episode of Drive Time Crypto with me, Crypto Chris. As always, if I could ask you, please could you give me a like, a comment, or even better, a subscribe to my channel, so it's a free way of helping me grow this community and reaching more. With that being said, let's start the engine and get this journey going. First pit stop, as always, it is price news, and when I've been looking around at the articles, the sentiment is still good, and they are saying that basically Bitcoin it's had to do this correction back down to 60,000, between 64 and 60,000 to see if there was a level of resistance. They always seem to think that it's got to prove something before it can go on to prove something else. So there was a few articles around. This one reads, Bitcoin price undergoes key correction. Analysts say 90,000 target looks imminent. The next article, Bitcoin charges towards 64 as Tesla all-time high boosts Elon Musk's $250 billion net worth. So I don't understand why they've tagged Elon Musk in the title, but basically, yeah, it says that it's charging towards 64. We've just been at 64 at the time of recording this. We're at 62.5. So it's inevitable that we'll go back to 64. There's going to be some time where it works out what price range it's happy sitting at before it goes on to either set an even higher new all-time high, or it decides that it's not going to go anywhere and goes against what the general sentiment is and falls more dramatically down in price. Who knows? We'll wait to see. But basically the thoughts around Bitcoin at the moment is it's just working itself out, testing a couple of different levels, seeing where support is, seeing where the money's at, and then we'll see where it goes from there. The next kind of news, which is very much similar to what Bitcoin feelings are, that Ethereum price is leveling up for its launch to the moon. What you need to know, and Ethereum to trigger alt season while Bitcoin could consolidate for weeks according to crypto analysis. So this is basically what I've said, that Bitcoin could be consolidating for a while. How much I agree with this article, I don't know, because I believe that Bitcoin's got to work out what it does and go on and set the high before it decides that is truly it, and it's done for the bull market before we will see the alt season kick off. And as always, it is Ethereum that will tend to suggest that when we're going, because when you see Ethereum do well, you see all the alts do well, and that's when it's known as alt season. But I feel like the inflow of money that's going into Bitcoin at the moment, that's got to come back out of Bitcoin when people think that it's done its rally, and then as it comes back out of Bitcoin, now don't get me wrong, there is a lot of money being put into Ethereum. There is a supply shock as well on Ethereum, just like there is on Bitcoin, but I believe that the money needs to come out of Bitcoin and go into the different alts to really start it going. As this reads, a popular crypto analysis and trader says Bitcoin may consolidate for some time while Ethereum leads the altcoin charge. The pseudonym analyst known as Immortal tells his 92,000 Twitter followers that despite Bitcoin's recent correction from its all-time high of $67,000, he's still not eager to buy the dips in the crypto king. And then another article, Ethereum rival Solana sets all new time high after 36% weekly rise. So after a downturn in September, Solana's summer surge looks to be back in full swing as Sol hits a new price peak. So whether this is fueling that the alt season has started because of the way that some of the altcoins are performing, and the way that Ethereum's looking healthy at the moment, this is what might be driving that thought process. But yeah, it's nice to see that Solana's getting a lot of love again, falling back in favour. Solana hit an all-time high price above $219 today, as per CoinGecko. And the reason why it's nice to see is because this could have gone two ways, because Solana was having a great time of it, and there was a lot of hype around it. There was a lot of good news. There was a lot of stuff being built on it, and it was seeing some really, really positive price news. And then last month, I'm not sure how many, I think it was a couple of days at least, it was in terms of blockchain and time and how fast this space moves, I think it was down for a couple of days, which is an eternity, and then that starts to question how stable the blockchain is. And then that starts to question how much you want to trust your money being within that ecosystem and that coin. So we did see a downturn, and sometimes when you see that kind of action happen, it can be really, really bad news for the blockchain's ecosystem, and it can have a really big detrimental effect. We've seen it in the past with other blockchains that have had outages or have proposed that it was an outage, and then it's later transpired that it was a 51% attack. For those that don't understand what a 51% attack is, that's where a hack's happened on the blockchain and they've managed to hack more than 51% of the consensus nodes on there. And once you've got the 51% consensus node hacks, then you can then dictate what happens on the blockchain, and you can do forks. And it basically, without going into too much technical breakdown of it, your blockchain struggles to recover from that. So whenever you see an outage, it starts to ring alarm bells. But it looks like Solana's managed to recover from it, and people still have the faith, and they're showing it a lot of love. And yeah, it's set an all-time high price again. So that's nice to see. Very bullish sentiments. And in the next news, this was really popular price news, and it reads: Shiba Inu's market cap reaches 16 billion, which surpasses Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin. Due to the latest spike, Shiba Inu's market cap has jumped above leading digital assets, including Chainlink, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash. Now, the thought process for it going up was because of Elon Musk and a tweet. So on the 12th of September, so we are going back a little bit, it says, currently Shiba Inu holds the biggest circulation supply of nearly 395 trillion. Wow. And it's not surprising really, because when the coin first came, I think it was 1 quadrillion coins were created. This is why I'm struggling to understand why there's so much love for this, because to understand economics, to have 395 trillion of something, even if it went up to $1, that's 395 trillion market cap. That's not achievable. That's not attainable. That's not realistic. That's not sensible. So people putting money into something that's got such an abundance, it doesn't surprise me, because this space is different. You can never predict what's going to happen in it. I just wish that people would understand more of a economic standpoint before putting the money in. And the reason why they're putting money in is because of hype. Don't get me wrong, they are building stuff. There is a good community feeling around Shiba Inu, and they are saying that they are developing upon the blockchain, etc. And there'll probably be a burn at some point, but still, to have 395 trillion coins floating about is ridiculous. Anyway, but we had digressed then. Going back to it, they said that it jumped in price of over 40% because Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, tweeted about the arrival of a new Shiba Inu puppy called Floki, or Floki, however you want to pronounce it, tomato. I'm not really caring. But nevertheless, with that being said, he that giveth can taketh away as well. And this is why you need to be careful about putting your money in coins, because it can be dramatic. As it reads, Shiba drastically crashed 20% after Elon Musk reveals he owns none. So just like a tweet could send it up, a tweet can also send it back down, that's not the kind of stability or kind of driving factor you want to be putting your money into. That you want to be putting stuff in that applicational use, real use, good news or bad news is affected, not tweets off a single person. That there is really risky waters, because as you can see, one person asked, "Hey Elon Musk, how much SHIB are you holding?" And then it shows the 100 diamond hand. So he's gone, "Yep, you are a fan favourite of it," to which Elon Musk replied, "None," which sent the coin crashing down by 20%. Now granted, if you'd had invested before he tweeted the picture of the Shiba Inu, and you're still holding now, you are still 20% up from there. But you've got to understand that I find coins like this, that albeit they've got a lot of hype and there's got good sentiments about it, you've really got to know why you're investing in it. But anyway, that's the Shiba Inu is just going up and down news, and no doubt we'll hear about it soon. But yeah, there's a lot of love, there's a lot of money in it, and there's a lot of coins on that blockchain. So yeah, we'll wait and see. It's not going anywhere. I expect to hear a lot more about it, and I expect to cover quite a bit more about it because yeah, as we've seen, it is a firm fan favourite. But then this is why it confuses me, because you have a blockchain that's having a lot of stuff being built on it. It's having upgrades, it's having positive news about it, but there's this continued sentiment about how it's not doing great and it's in a bad way. And I think a lot of it comes down to tribalism. So it reads, Cardano community hit back at their opponents. This is how ADA price could stand up. And it reads, while the rest of the crypto market has been moving green with significant profits, Cardano's price remains dead with nil volatility over the past 2 months. Post the launch of its Alonzo hard fork smart contract upgrade, the ecosystem has endured serious criticism over low transaction speed, concurrency problems, and outdated user experience. In retaliation, the platform has come up with an exciting upgrade, hitting back at their rivals. Now, I'm not going to go up into the upgrade. If you know about Cardano, you probably already know about the upgrade. If you are not a fan of Cardano, you're probably not interested in the upgrade. But this is where I go back to the tribalism of it, because you've got people that are going, oh, it can't do that many transactions as it says, and then Cardano go, yes, we can, and there's all this back and forth. And what you'll find is that the people that say it are, and there'll be people that are firm, staunch believers of Cardano, which will say the same about other cryptocurrencies and blockchains performance. And this is what you'll find in the space, that if a cryptocurrency or a blockchain challenges another one, then the people that are affiliated with the other one and have great love or holdings of it will come back and go, yes, but you're not as good as me. And that happens no matter where you are or what you do in the world. If you have an affiliation to something, be it a football team, a different sports brand, or whatever it can be, as any sort of brand, you'll find yourself, there's always this tribalist kind of view mentality on it. So when you see this kind of stuff, I don't really pay much attention to it. I just can't understand how something like in the previous, what we've just mentioned with Sheeb, where there's the economic setup of it, etc., isn't really a sensible one, should we say. I'm not gonna bash down on it or anything like that. It's just the amount of tokens isn't sensible. But then you've got something that's got real credentials here and a solid white paper. And I'm not saying this is better than any other. I'm just saying that I take it on face value, that then people can constantly want to say that it's not going anywhere, or you never really get that kind of sentiment with Sheeb. And I just can't work it. It just confuses me ever so slightly. But anyway, with that being said, another one, this one reads, will Cardano push past this place to see greener pastures? Cardano was in a state of euphoria most parts of the year. In fact, the hype around the smart contracts was such that it led to an altcoin rising of 185% in 2 months, which marked a new all-time high. However, this month in particular has been disappointing and is now turning harmful for investors. Now, I don't think it's turning harmful for investors. It depends when that investor got in. Because if you've seen an uprise of 185%, it's not come down 185%, nowhere near as it come down that kind. So I don't understand how it can be turning harmful for investors, because they are upgrading, they are bringing different stuff, they are trying to challenge different currencies and blockchain and the technologies with the upgrades that they're bringing. So it can't be harmful for it. The only time it can be harmful for investors if you've got in high and then you've seen the price fall down and now you're wondering, should I sell? So yeah, with that kind of rise, and I think I saw it, or yeah, today marks the 1 year. If you'd invested in Cardano 1 year ago, you would have got it at 10 cents a coin. So you've got to read between the lines sometimes. The people that write these articles, sometimes they like to put that stuff in for the wow factor and to get you to read, but harmful for investors. The only time it's going to be harmful is if somebody's bought in at the all-time high at the moment, because it's still looking in a great shape and it's still looking very promising, and it can't have harmed you unless you've bought recently. So again, I'm feeling good about Cardano. I know that you'll see it. It happens all the time. And I remember earlier this year there was a lot of. You'll see it kind of. It's like a pack of wolves. They go from one thing to another. At one point, it was just Binance, and you were just hearing constantly bad news about Binance and the exchange and how everybody was going after it. And now it seems like there's the pack's moved towards Cardano, and there's a lot of pack mentality against Cardano. And then all of a sudden it'll change, and then there'll be a load of good news about Cardano coming out, and the pack will move on to something else. And I just think at the moment, it's Cardano's turn to be in front of the pack of wolves, but it'll pass and they'll ride the storm, and I do believe in it. And that, I think, covers all the price news for today that I'm willing to cover. And with that being said, let's pull out of this pit stop and let's carry on the journey. In the next pit stop, we are stopping at a well-known celebrity that is now endorsing cryptocurrency. And it reads, American singer Mariah Carey offers free $20 in Bitcoin to promote adoption. And this was really popular news. I could have pulled up many articles. I've just got the two articles. American singer Mariah Carey partners with Gemini to boost Bitcoin awareness. So yeah, it reads, Mariah Carey has now solidified her stance in the Bitcoin industry. The 5-time Grammy winner had teamed up with the Winklevoss twins crypto exchange Gemini to launch a campaign that was aimed at empowering women around the world using crypto. The singer announced the partnership with Gemini via Instagram. The informative Instagram post, Mariah Carey encourages people to sign up on Gemini and learn about crypto. Carey boasts a following of over 10 million on the platform and is using her influence to encourage more women to get invested in the space. I'm not going to carry on reading with this, but what I did like about this news is the fact that, yeah, it's encouraging people to come into the space, but I'm not too particularly bothered about about it being Gemini. What I'm liking is that somebody of such prominence has invited people into the space, but put them onto a legitimate platform. Because whatever your opinion is on Gemini, whether it's a good one, whether it's a bad one, they don't list the greatest coins, or the coins that they do list aren't sensible. Whatever your opinion is, nevertheless, Gemini is a legitimate exchange, and it is considered as one of the safer options for how to invest into the currencies. And you see a lot of people that use their influence in. It's not a bad way, because I don't think that they consciously are aware of what they're doing, but in an irresponsible way is the word that I was looking for. Because I think it was a couple of months ago you saw Kim Kardashian, she was promoting a certain type of crypto coin, so they've come along. I'm not going to mention the coin or anything like that. That's why I've not pulled it up. But they'll come along and they'll offer a fantastic amount of money to these influencers with great followings, and they don't look at it. All they look at is, how much am I going to get paid? Okay, we can do a deal. And it's that's the irresponsibleness of the influencer, because when you've got that many followers, you've got to understand, with great power comes great responsibility. So if you pump something that turns out to be an absolute dead horse, then you need to be accountable for it. So the fact that there is now somebody so prominent bringing people to the space, but in a responsible way through a partnership with a responsible exchange, I think it's brilliant news for the space, and hopefully it will bring more women to the space, because I'm a firm believer in you should have a diverse audience, and with a diverse audience, then it's always going to produce good things. So hopefully, yeah, we'll invite more women to the space and it will become even more diverse. And when I say diverse as well, I don't just mean genders. I mean countries and nations and cultures. I want every culture. I want every gender. I want everybody in this space to make it so diverse. And with the diversity, you will see more stuff happen, more stuff develop, and a greater future for crypto and blockchain. So yeah, I see this as a really good move, and I'm glad that I've been able to report on something like this. And with that being said, let's pull away from this pit stop and carry on our journey. In next really popular news, and it reads, Mastercard to offer crypto credit and debit cards. The global payment network will still soon expand its cryptocurrency services to customers in partnership with digital asset firm Bakkt. Now, we've been seeing quite a bit of news on Bakkt recently. This is the currency that has been launched on the stock exchange, and its parent company is in fact the New York Stock Exchange. So that's why it's ended up on the New York Stock Exchange, and there was a bit of interest in it, but it wasn't great. And then all of a sudden, Mastercard have teamed up with them, and it's sent the price of Bakkt through the roof. I think it's up 47%. Yeah, and another one, Mastercard dives into crypto with Bakkt. And it reads, the payment giants appear to have had a change of heart in regards to cryptocurrency, because the reason why they've said that is in 2018, Mastercard banned transactions to cryptocurrency exchanges. They weren't allowing it. So the fact that they've now changed the tune and they're offering debit and credit cards it's great for the space. It's a great U-turn, but I can't help feeling it's because if anything, they've had the hand forced anyway, because their greatest rival, Visa, we already know are heavily involved. They own NFTs. Not only that, they've teamed up with the likes of Crypto.com to produce a debit card, and they which can use cryptocurrency on. And I know that they've teamed up with some other exchanges and providers. So if your biggest rivals getting involved in it and they're starting to get a stronghold on it, then of course they're going to fly into it, and they're going to change their mind, and they want a slice of the pie when they probably see that Visa are making some considerable gains and some considerable money in it. Then yeah, now they want a slice of the pie. They've changed their mind and gone, actually crypto's okay, we can get on board, let's team up. And so they've teamed up with Bakkt. I'm not sure, I don't think it said in the article that it was, I don't know if it's going to be a global thing or a US thing yet. It just says that they'll offer new services to enable customers to purchase, buy, sell, and hold assets through custodial wallets. And the firm's crypto product line is developed in partnership with Bakkt, a crypto asset platform owned by Intercontinental Exchange, the parent entity of the New York Stock Exchange. So yeah, that's just more institutions getting into the space, because their rival institutions are already in the space and doing great things within the space. So of course it was inevitable that this was going to start happening. But it was very popular news, even though it's not very significant news. Albeit it's good news, it's still not significant because Visa, and don't get me wrong, we've heard Mastercard stuff in the past, but it's just not as prominent as Visa. But yeah, because it was so popular, I thought it was worth bringing it to the video. With that being said, let's pull away from the Mastercard debit and credit crypto news and carry on our journey. In the next pit stop, and this was popular news, we are heading over to Nigeria. Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari to unveil country's CBDC. The Nigerian president is expected to formally launch the country's central bank digital currency on October the 25th, 2021. And I could have showed you multiple articles about this. Nigerian president to unveil Naira central bank digital currency. Now, what you've got to understand is, and this is what I've got slight concern at the moment is because we're getting a lot of retail customers new to the space coming in as we speak right now, because the prices are going up. In, like we've just seen, celebrities like Mariah Carey are introducing people who may have never thought about doing it until they've seen that. But I think there's going to be some confusion over cryptocurrencies and CBDC, because a cryptocurrency, for it to be a cryptocurrency, it needs to be decentralized. There needs to be no ownership of it. And that's what makes it a true cryptocurrency, due to it being decentralized. Whereas a central bank digital currency, that is owned by the state. So basically, this launch in Nigeria is not going to, it's still going to be the same currency. It's still going to have the same value. It's literally just going to be built upon the technology that cryptocurrencies are used in, but in no way is it going to be decentralized. In no way could it not be, it could still see inflationary, and it could still be used recklessly, and they could just continue to create more and more of the currency. So I'm hoping that people that are getting into the space at the moment, they soon realise the difference between a CBDC and a cryptocurrency, because being from England as well, we've had reports recently about the Britcoin, as cringe as that is, but that could be our central bank digital currency. And people, because they know that I'm an advocate of cryptocurrency and blockchain, when you know that they don't know much, because they go, oh, we're getting our own cryptocurrency, aren't we, called Britcoin to rival Bitcoin. And I'm like, no, it doesn't quite work like that. And you try and explain, and you see it start to melt the head, and then you realise that you probably, you're up against a brick wall there for understanding. So I'm hoping that the new people that come into the space, say if this is launched by the Nigerian president, but imagine if it's launched and then it sees some really volatile action, as in they crash their economy, or and then all of a sudden there's this fear that comes that, oh well, if a country can't get the cryptocurrency together, then what's to say that the other cryptocurrencies are safe? And it could have that domino effect, because when people don't have the knowledge or the experience or the willing to learn, then false news travels fast. It'll always get in the way of real facts and knowledge. But nevertheless, it's going to happen. We're going to see more countries doing it. The reason why I have put it in this, because I'm not just all about cryptocurrency, and I like to talk about blockchain, then at least it's something else that's adopting blockchain technology, and with more adoption, then the technology is going to get greater and greater. And as the technology gets greater and greater, then you're going to see more and more applicational use cases for different cryptocurrencies, because inevitably, at the moment, they're leading the way with holding the technology, such as Ripple, and they've got the XRP ledger, and they're taking that all around the world. And I wouldn't be surprised if this is being built out on that ledger. There's no inkling to say that it is, but nevertheless, it could be, because that's the way that that ledger's been set up. So yeah, it's interesting news, and it'll be one to keep an eye out on. I just hope that people understand the difference between a CBDC and cryptocurrency. But with that being said, let's pull away from Nigeria and let's carry on the journey. And now we're stopping on this journey on the pit stop, and it is in China. And I didn't think that I would be stopping at a pit stop in China anytime soon after the ban, but now it is reading, is China considering lifting the Bitcoin mining ban? The NDRC runs public survey. So the National Development and Reform Commission is asking the Chinese public for their opinion on Bitcoin mining ban. Is China government playing 4D chess, or are they confused and considering backtracking their decision? Can they unring this particular bell, or is this a little too late? Sorry, I'll try that one again. Can they unring this particular bell, or is this a too little too late scenario? There we go, got it out. do they really care about what the general public thinks, or is this just a survey for the optics? Now, I don't know how much traction this is going to have, but maybe they've seen how the stronghold that America's now got on with the mining rates. They're currently mining Bitcoin, and they are the highest country to be mining Bitcoin. They see all the other countries that are doing stuff with mining Bitcoin, and with their ban, which, cause it's a ban and they've just outlawed everything, they've seen their hash rate drop to 0. Now, I don't know. Maybe they've just thought maybe this was a bad choice. Maybe we've rushed it. But even if they do decide, come on, please, welcome back. Are the people that have moved all them mining rigs out of China at expense, at downtime, and moved them across the world, then going to go, actually, yeah, go on then. We'll come back to your country and we'll start mining again. And we'll hope that you won't ban it for a 5th time or something like that. I can't see it being welcomed, even if they do say, yeah, please come back. I think there'll be a lot of scepticism, and there won't be that much uptake. If anything, it'll just be people within the country that might say, you know what, I'll give it a punt this time. But I don't think the big players that have moved out of China now will be wanting to go back. But yeah, I just thought it wasn't too much popular news, but I did want to put it in here because it's unbelievable that after such a staunch, hard line, that now they're asking the public, what's your opinion on it? Should you not have done that first before you led with the hard fist? But nevertheless, that's where China's considering lifting the ban, or maybe they're going to ask the public. And obviously, the public have a lot of say in the country. With that being said, let's pull out of this pit stop, let's leave China, and let's just go for a journey around the prices at the moment. As you can see, it is a nice green day on the markets. And at the moment, Bitcoin's up 2.9% to 62,935. Ethereum's up 2.3 to 4,193. Binance is up 1.5. Cardano is up 1%. Solana is up by 6%, as we covered before. And XRP is up 1%. Polkadot's up 3%. And the only one that's in the red is Doge by ever so slightly, by 0.21%. It is down. So that's your top 10 roundup of the coins. I am going to wish you a very good day. Thank you very, very much for watching. If you've watched to the end of this video, I am truly appreciative. If you can please still give me a like, a comment, or a subscribe if you haven't. I hope you enjoy the video. Please put in the comments if you want to cover anything at all. But yeah, thank you very much for watching to the end, and yeah, have a great day.